After Christ's resurrection, Claudius Caesar released a decree for people to halt taking bodies from Judah's tombs. Without recognizing it, he was validating Christ's resurrection. Let us explore the archaeological evidence for the Nazareth Inscription. The Nazareth Inscription is a strong piece of extrabiblical evidence that Christ's resurrection was already being announced not long after he was raised. It is a marble tablet, 24 inches by 15 inches, written in the Greek language. Considering that the discovery was released in 1930, no scholar has actually produced evidence to negate the credibility for the archaeological evidence for the Nazareth Inscription. It's an abridged decree by Emperor Claudius from AD 41 to 54, pronouncing the death sentence in Israel for anybody captured robbing bodies from burial places. Normally, grave robbers took belongings, not bodies. It refers particularly to sepulcher-sealing tombs, a unique type utilized in Israel. This decree of Caesar is referred to as a royal rescript, having the force of law. Rescripts regularly handled uncommon legal, spiritual, or political concerns emerging in a particular area. The text fits both the design and structure of other rescripts of Claudius. Matthew records among the very first reactions to reports of Jesus' resurrection. The Jewish authorities devised a lie that the disciples had actually taken the body, as mentioned in Matthew 28:13. Their objective was to spread out an alternative story explaining why the body was missing and the tomb was empty. The Nazareth Inscription is likely the Roman reaction to that very same issue. In his discussion with a non-believing Jew, Justin Martyr, who lived between AD 100 and 165, also describes these early efforts to rationalize the empty tomb of Jesus. Yet you not merely have actually not repented after you found out that he ascended from the dead, but, as I said before, you have actually sent out chosen and ordained people throughout all the world to announce that a godless and lawless heresy had actually derived from one Jesus, a Galilean deceiver, whom we crucified, but his disciples took him by night from the tomb, where he was laid when loosened from the cross, and now trick people by asserting that he has actually ascended from the dead and rose to heaven. Archaeological evidence for the Nazareth Inscription requires doubters to deal more deeply with the two major contending views of events: believing in the resurrection of Christ or thinking that his disciples took his body from the tomb to commit a fantastic spiritual fraud. The account of Christ's resurrection was first spread by the apostles themselves, according to Scripture, and it was not a later invention by Christians of the post-apostolic period. The engraving is remarkable evidence validating this fact, and it evokes Paul's statement, "If Christ is not risen, your faith is also empty," from 1 Corinthians 15:14.